FPL giveth and taketh away, doesn't it? I've had a shocker yesterday. Well, shocker is probably a bit strong term, but it was a painful one to take. I couldn't buy Phil Foden, and I think there was logic in me thinking that he wouldn't necessarily get that many minutes, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, he only played like 63 minutes yesterday. But in that time, he still managed to score and get an assist. So he's once again absolutely killed me. But I look back, I couldn't bring him in one move. I didn't have the transfers to do it. I also didn't have the cash to do it. So bringing him in would have been for a hit. And also the players that I brought in, the players that I would have had to get rid of, it wasn't worth it in points. So yeah, I couldn't have brought Phil Foden in and he's done me over. But at the same time, I didn't have a sensible way of bringing him in. So I'm happy with my decision. I'm just annoyed that I didn't have him. So here's how we did. 29 points so far, 444k overall. I don't know how you guys are doing. Let me know in the chat how you're getting on, and how many players you've got left as well. The fate of my game week basically lies in Gahey, Bruno Fernandes and Mateta. I'm just going to move my mic. There we go. Honestly, if Bruno Fernandes, Gahey and Mateta can do something, I think we're back in the game. And let's be honest, right? Crystal Palace looking laggy. They've got Fulham. There's every chance they could produce something in that game, I think. Bruno Fernandes against Wolves. I mean, come on. What a decent fixture that is to hopefully get a bit of redemption. So basically, I think it's Bruno Fernandes versus Foden for me. Well, it'd be interesting to know how many managers have both Bruno Fernandes and Foden, actually, to see who I can catch up or keep pace with. But yeah, that's my overarching thoughts on what needs to happen for me this game week. I'm looking ahead at next week, and I'm really unsure as to what to do with this team. Going into the deadline stream, I was pretty hell-bent on bringing in Cole Palmer, and I just wasn't considering Foden an option at all. But I'm looking at this team, and I think I should probably bring in Phil Foden now. So if I sell Njai, I've got loads of cash, and unless Foden goes up by 0.4 million, I can afford him. So I think I can wait until Foden plays in the Champions League against Madrid, see what happens, and then potentially bring him in. So I can do that in one move. And then I'm stuck with Mateta, Man City at home. Not too pleased with that. And also my defence as a whole, I'm not too keen on that. So I need to address that. And I probably need to go with 5 in midfield. But this kind of 11th man in my team at the moment, the other midfielder that I bring in, or the other striker I bring in, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but that sort of fringe attacker in FPL at the moment, I can't really put my finger on who I want. Maybe the answer is Declan Rice, with just the way that he is just absolutely printing points. But then again, I've got triple Arsenal already, so that makes that really quite difficult. If Semenyo could re-find some form, that would be nice. Cunha, I mean, he's an option. He's the same price as Mateta, so the move should work out quite nicely. But I was big on Cunha, but the more I think about Cunha, the more I think, is he actually doing enough at the moment to justify a place in my team? Yeah, I'm struggling. But that's next week anyway. I'll have a quick look at the chat. Sorry, the chat has been going crazy and I haven't had a chance to read it. Paul, it's great to see you. Glenn, thank you for becoming a member again, my friend. I really appreciate that. By the way, something pretty special might happen on the Golden Goal channel this morning. I am closing in on 20,000 subscribers. We are currently on 19,966. What do we reckon? Could we hit 20,000 subscribers while we're on stream this morning? That would be pretty mental. So what's that? 34 needed to get there. I'm going to be live for about 45 minutes before I've got to go and do some stuff today. But yeah, if you haven't already, you're watching this stream, please do consider. It would really help me if you hit subscribe. Bear with. Just got to blow my nose. But yeah, let's see if we can hit 20,000 subscribers. Sorry about that, guys. So we've got Glenn, Daniel, Gideus, I hope for some points, mate. Ben, Jack, Joe, Lalix, good to see you, my friend. Jack Collins had Senesi, Shalaba, Dubravka, Drewsbury Hall on your bench. Oh, painful, mate. That is painful. Sorry to hear that. Poor game week. Use free hit, 38 points. Not as bad as my free hit, mate. So take that one. Good to see you, Manoj. Chow was painful, wasn't he, conceding that last-minute penalty. Abby, good to see you. Brought in Foden early, didn't you? I was against that move, personally, in the cartel, but fair play to you. I was just giving my opinion. 27 points, 3 to play. 15k, Munoz, Bruno and Minte left. Oh, I like that. 41 points, got the same 3 left to go. Good going, mate. 28 points, 5 left for Freddie. Good job, mate. You're absolutely smashing it at the moment, aren't you, Freddie? If I remember correctly. Good to see you, Nixie. I thought I had Palmer locked in. Foden has just completely changed my mind, to be honest. I just think he's too good not to pick in FPL, isn't he? Even with the minutes risk and all that rubbish. Foden is just too good not to pick. Someone's asking me what's my dream defence. I can't even put my finger on what my dream defence looks like. I think there are 3 pretty much shoo-ins at the moment based on fixtures and DEFCONs and stuff. Raya, Timber and Joachim Andersen. Those are my shoo-ins. But outside of that, are there really any defenders that I want to pick in my team? I just look at them and I think there's no one that's inspiring me. Maybe I go for a Chelsea defender. Maybe. I think you could probably do worse than Shalabar. What's his DEFCONs like? Maybe I could do Gahey to Shalabar. The reason I'm a little bit put off by Palace is I just think they're really leggy. Okay, Shalabar's DEFCONs are not too bad. 8.62 per game. Or maybe I could do Chow to Shalabar, actually. Because the Newcastle fixtures sort of drop off now until Game Week 19 when they play Burnley again. Brentford defender, yeah, I was considering Kelleher. The Brentford fixtures, we just have a look at those. The Brentford fixtures are just pretty damn good, really, up until the end of January. Leeds, Wolves, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Everton, Sunderland, Chelsea, Forest. They're not bad, are they? And I'm looking at Raya in my team, right? And I'm not... what am I trying to say? I'm definitely not saying he's a bad asset, but we're in a position where we've got 5 free transfers. David Raya is a goalkeeper that scores 6 or 2 points, right? He's averaging 1.6 saves per game. So he's never going to get saves bonus. He might get it on occasion and maybe save a penalty. But could you, this is just what I'm thinking, could I potentially downgrade David Raya and buy another keeper? And when we look at keepers for projected points, Sanchez for Chelsea, I think is a good option at 4.8 million. Kelleher, I think his place in the Chelsea team and his performance levels have gone up a little bit as well. Kelleher at 4.5. Those are the 2 I'm looking at. They save you a good amount of cash as well. So what if I do that? And then we just cock about a little bit with this team a sec. Sorry, guys. And then I have, Goo. I've only got 9.3 then for a midfielder. There's just no one I want, really. I could go Declan Rice, actually. Oh, that could be a play, couldn't it? So I could do Raya down to Sanchez. I could do Foden in for Njai. Downgrade Mateta to Mark Gu. And then upgrade Freddie Potts to Declan Rice. I know I've got 2.2 million in the bank, but does the best team in FPL really involve spending all the money? That could be my team. So if I just make those transfers, optimise it. Maybe move Chow on as well, because I've now got suddenly 7.1 million. So maybe I could... Oh God, I can't buy Van Dijk, can I? Maybe I'll buy Shalabar as well. And I have a team like that going into next week. 1.9 million in the bank feels so wrong, but that's a good team, that, isn't it? Because let's be honest, right? Palmer's the only one that I don't have in that team. We'll get onto my points in fixtures and stuff like that coming up, but who is like desperately missing in that team at the moment? I don't think there's anyone. There's no one that I desperately want that isn't in that team, apart from maybe Cole Palmer. I don't really trust the Man City defence either, to be honest with you. I think the Chelsea defence is more solid than the Man City one. It's just been my opinion, to be honest. But then Chelsea do play Newcastle away. But then Gahey's in for Leeds away. It's interesting, isn't it? Would you consider buying in Hincapié? No, because Gabriel will be back before you know it. I think Gabriel's for 4 weeks away or so. I don't like it. Because Rice is he's ridiculous, isn't he? Yeah, I think that might be the best team in FPL right now. Right. Yeah, I'd consider Verbruggen as well. Yeah, leave money in the bank for when Gabriel's back. That's true, because then you can just get rid of Rice for someone. Because I'd imagine Gabriel probably comes back when AFCON's done, doesn't he? So you could sell Rice for an Ismail Assar or an Njai when they're back, and then just upgrade Chalobah to Gabriel. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Yeah, but I wouldn't have double Chelsea defence every game. I've got a good bench. I mean, I've got Gahey who could just come in for Chalobah, and then to be honest, I'd be happy to play Sanchez most games. Interesting one. Sorry, it won't be a sec. Right then, as is custom with the reaction stream, I've had a look at my team already. We'll just look at it again. We'll look at it again a second. So 29 points, a 100k rank drop, painful. It's annoying because I don't think I'm playing FPL badly this season. I'm just getting a little bit unlucky, really. There was no way I could have gotten Foden into my team. Like I said, I didn't have the spare transfers. I only had one, and I didn't have the money to do it. So he had to sit it out for me this week, and he's killed me again. Raya and Timber obviously conceded, losing to Villa. I didn't expect that, but it happened. Iliman Njai, I think that's probably his last contribution to my team, but an 8-pointer DEFCON assist, he did well. Saka, an assist and a yellow card, and Elliot Anderson, my transfer in this week. Basically, I wanted to get ahead of these 5 free transfers. You might think I'm mental, but rather than do a 1-week punt, I wanted to make a transfer to save myself transfers in the future. And Elliot Anderson was someone I wanted to bring in when I had 5 free transfers. And I thought, well, I'm definitely going to make a move anyway in Gameweek 16. So why don't I just make that preemptively? I couldn't afford Foden. I thought, who's the next best midfielder I could go for? So I went for Elliot Anderson. So he got 4 points. Thiago blank, Haaland blank, and Mateta is still to play today. So I guess we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. Should we have an analyse of the fixtures then? One thing I really wanted to talk about, because I'm not a Liverpool fan. In fact, I don't like Liverpool. But what Salah's done has annoyed me this morning. And I'm sorry, FPL Tom, I see you in the chat. Good to see you, mate. I filled our cartel Discord with my thoughts on the Salah situation. So we had Villa 2, Arsenal 1. Shock result. But I guess that's it was the early kickoff, wasn't it? So maybe the Gandhi meme rings true there. A goal for Matty Cash and Buendia. And a goals from Trossard, assist from Saka for Arsenal. Matty Cash is doing all right this season, isn't he? That's all I wanted to say on that. He's probably the only Villa player I'd consider, really. They're still a little bit hit and miss for me. Arsenal, interesting loss. They've not been as good in recent games, have they? I didn't think they were too convincing against Chelsea. They obviously won against Brentford, but then lost to Villa, but their next game is Wolves, and then Everton, and then Brighton, and then they've got Villa again at home. So I'd probably back them to turn it around, to be fair. What are the talking points from Arsenal? Well, one of them is just Declan Rice's ability to print points. No attacking returns this game, but he still came away with 6 points. He got DEFCON by the looks of it. Let's have a quick look. 21 defensive contribution points he got against Aston Villa. Is that the highest this season? I don't think I've seen someone get into the 20s. Maybe I have, and I'm just missing it. And he obviously got 2 bonus points as well. Yeah, interesting one. I'm just thinking this team that I had on screen, is that the team to have next week? have both Anderson and Rice. Feels anti-FPL, doesn't it, doing that? But anyway, sorry, I just need to sneeze. Be back in a sec. I think that's probably the talking points. The other one for me about Arsenal at the moment is it worth having David Raya in your team? 34.2% owned now is David Raya. 6 million in the game. And his points are either 6 or 2. Sometimes he gets 3, sometimes he gets 10, but very rarely does he not score 6 or 2 points. And it's left me wondering, is it worth having 3 other Arsenal players that aren't Raya? Earlier on in the season, when they were in their run of just being absolutely unbelievable defensively, I was of the mind that there was a separation between Raya and the other goalkeepers in the game that made it worth picking him. But I'm not sure you can really say that about him now, especially when you've got someone like Sanchez, who I think could be a good option. Although, annoyingly, the Chelsea fixtures are not amazing. That's the only thing holding him back. Yeah, interesting one. We'll get to Salah when we talk about the Liverpool-Leeds game. I think there's a lot to talk about with that one, isn't there? It's a crazy situation what's going on at Liverpool. Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 0. I didn't expect that game to end 0-0. It would, of course, be only the way that Bournemouth keep a clean sheet after I get rid of their players. So Senesi, 11 DEFCON, clean sheet, 8-pointer, but he did pick up a little bit of an injury. I'll see if there is an update on that, actually. Bear with. Has anyone got an update on the Senesi injury? Let's see if there is one. No, nothing looks obvious on Senesi. People saying cramp. Hopefully that is the case. Sanchez 5 saves, so he came away with a 10-pointer. He's an interesting goalkeeping option, I think. Alongside, I would say, also Kelleher, because Burnley's fixtures are really good coming up too. Other talking points, I think Semenyo had a goal ruled out for offside, if I'm not mistaken. Palmer got 11 DEFCON. Obviously didn't get any attacking returns, played 57 minutes, but got DEFCON. I thought Chalobah he's an interesting one, because I think he's Chelsea's best defender, best centre-half. Played really quite well this season. 5.2 million, so it's a good price. He's on 82 points. Averaging, I think, 8.7 DEFCON per game. Yeah, 8.62, so not too bad at all. He could be decent, couldn't he? I think the rest of the Chelsea defence, bar maybe Cucurella, Gusto's pretty nailed on, but even then his minutes are not great. It's Chalobah, Sanchez and Cucurella, isn't it, from Chelsea? And then you've got to understand that he's going to get a benching at some point. Pretty much all there is to say on that one. Everton beating Forest 3-0. I won't lie, I didn't expect that result. Michael Keane, though, bloody hell. Michael bloody Keane. He's done really well this season. Tarkowski, 17 DEFCON. I mean, we all knew he's a DEFCON beast, isn't he, Tarkowski? Sorry, bear with. Something's happening. I've been well all day, and then I turn this bloody big light on and I start sneezing again. I got through the deadline stream okay yesterday. I think it's probably just the really bright light today. Sorry about this, guys. Anyway, Anderson with 19 defensive contributions, so he came away with a 4-pointer. I mean, he's in my team. Very happy to own him. Only 5.8% owned in the game. I think he's going to play for me every week, regardless of the opposition. Milenkovic, 11 DEFCON. I mean, he scored an own goal, so he got 0 points. Dewsbury Hall's the main talking point of this game, though, isn't it? I love this tweet from Andy, by the way. I'm just going to go and find it. I just love Let's Talk FPL. He's just the GOAT, isn't he? Very likeable guy. Fair play to him. He's had Dewsbury Hall, I think, for quite a while. And he had his office Christmas party last night. And apparently Dewsbury Hall was invited. I absolutely love this tweet. I thought it was very funny. What a legend. So yeah, 16-pointer for Dewsbury Hall. He is just the best cheap midfielder in the game, isn't he? 5 million for the level of returns he's gotten. He's in pretty good form at the moment as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacking returns in his last 5 games. Yeah, looks really good. And I think the nature of Dewsbury Hall is you can't like predict the fixtures he's going to score in. For me, I wouldn't bench him ever. I would just play him in every game. That's the kind of player he is. Take the rough with the smooth, play him every game. I do like him in as a Fulham. We'll see how he gets on today, though. Then we had Man City beating Sunderland 3-0. And I've got to say, I didn't expect this result based on how they played against Fulham. I certainly didn't expect Man City to keep a clean sheet. I don't know if anyone else had that kind of feeling, but yeah, I did not expect them to keep a clean sheet. I just want to check something as well. We're closing in. I know I'm rudely interrupting myself, but my ADHD brain just thought it. We're closing in on 20,000 subscribers in this live stream. We are 21 away at the moment, and we've got 350 people watching the live stream. I recognise a lot of people from the chat, to be fair, but if you haven't already and can subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. If you could do 20k subs on stream, I'd be very grateful. We'll keep an eye on that as things go along. Man City, yeah, we're talking about the Man City game. Goals from Guardiola, Diaz, and obviously bloody Phil Foden. Cherky got a bit of stick from Pep, didn't he, for his Rabona assist, which I thought was interesting. I disagreed with Pep. That's what you buy Cherky for, in my opinion. That's the kind of player he is. Obviously, Sunderland had a red card. Much more to say on that. I've already spoken about Foden. I don't want to talk about Foden. He's absolutely had my pants down in recent weeks. What's that, 45 points? 44 points in the last 3 weeks? Fuming. But, so he scored, hang on, let's just put this together. So he scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals from less than 2.5 XG. Interesting. But I think I've got to have him, because the fixtures coming up are pretty good, aren't they? Alleghi Palace, West Ham, Forest, Sunderland. They're good games. Won't be a sec. By the way, I agree with you on Foden being a purple patch player. It's just a question of when does this purple patch end? Like, it's been 3 games so far where he's absolutely killed me. Is the run going to be over soon? I'm not going to bring him in until we see him play against Madrid, because I've got the cash where I can just do enjoy straight to him without worrying. So I think I'm going to see how he gets on against Madrid, see what happens, and then make the transfer after that game. Okay, so that's that game over. Moving on, we've got Newcastle, Burnley. It looked like a pretty, what do I want to say, routine 2-0 win, didn't it? Until Fleming got his bloody penalty in the last minute. How many penos has Fleming scored this season? Feels like he nets a penalty almost every week for Burnley. He's not an option, though, really, in the game, is he? Gordon with a goal. I suggested that he's a good option if you're using a one-week punt. He obviously scored a penalty. And then you got Bruno Guimaraes. And honestly, this bloke's form or ability to score goals and get assists at home is mental. If you look this season where he's got all his attacking returns, 1 goal at home, nothing away, 2 assists at home, nothing away, 1 assist away, 1 goal at home, goal and assist at home, goal at home. That's like, what, 95% of his returns have come at home. It's a bit mental how good he is at St James's Park. Voltemada. What happened to Voltemada? 73 minutes, did nothing. Ugh. I thought he was a really good shout this week. It's just unlucky if you had Voltemada. I think you have every right to feel annoyed. And obviously Bruno Guimaraes with his 10-pointer for goal and max bonus. He didn't get DEFCON. What? Oh, he got 7. I was going to say, surely he appears here somewhere. Wissa obviously came on, got some minutes, played 16. So that probably wipes Voltemada as an option now, especially with the fixtures that Newcastle have coming up. Sunderland away is going to be a really cagey game. Chelsea, Man United, with Wissa back. I think Voltemada, it's tough to pick him in FPL. I didn't see Spurs beating Brentford 2-0. Brentford just weren't at it, I don't think, if I was to look at the highlights and watch that game back. Bloody Romero. Oh, apparently someone told me in the when I was watching Bristol City that Romero scored. He didn't. Interesting. Richarlison and Xavi Simons with goals. I just can't really go anywhere near Spurs at the moment, to be honest. The only question is, it's really annoying that they had this result against Spurs, because I was warming up to the idea of picking Kelleher in goal, but quite honestly, you look at his record of points, they just concede too many goals, don't they? He's just a 2-point machine. I don't think you can pick Kelleher, even if the games look like that. It's tough to pick him, isn't it? They don't even keep clean sheets against Burnley. And then the final game of the day, and I think the major talking point that we can have a little bit of chat about in the chat if you guys fancy it is Liverpool. Just check the subs. 13 away, guys. If anyone could please, if you haven't already, subscribe. We're 13 away from 20,000 subscribers. I'd be very grateful if we could do that on stream. Thank you. So yeah, 3-3. Wow. Crazy game. Is it even worth talking about any other players than Salah? Obviously, he came out in an interview, said that he feels he's been thrown under the bus by Arne Slot. Arne Slot under pressure. Crazy. Have we done it, have we? 20k. Doesn't say 20k for me yet, Ben. We're going up, though. I'm very grateful for everyone that is subscribing. What's now happened amongst the Liverpool fan base is quite interesting, in that Slot and Salah have been turned into like sides that you want to take. In my opinion, they're both in the wrong. I think Slot has probably unfairly scapegoated Salah and also not dealt with him in a professional way in terms of the benching. So I think all it takes is a conversation between manager and player and a little bit of leeway, because there have been other players that have gotten minutes over Salah that I don't necessarily agree with. But also Salah's been really poor, deserves his benchings, and I think should take it on the chin. I think what we haven't seen from Salah is any level of personal accountability for not playing very well this season. So to be honest, I think both of these guys are in the wrong. And unfortunately with modern football, in my opinion, I think the manager should have overarching power over the squad. Like, he should be the number one. But we're in a position in football at the moment where player power is so high that they can get their manager sacked. Salah knows that, and that's what he's doing, in my opinion. They're both as bad as each other. And quite honestly, I think for Liverpool to move forward, I think both of them need to leave the club now. I think when you do that as a player, for me as a fan, you would taint my feelings towards you as a player. I think it should be dealt with far more professionally by both parties, to be honest. So I think the only really real way Liverpool truly move on from that is if both parties leave the club now. It's crazy. Talking points from the game. I mean, Ekitike, he's just such a good player, isn't he? I really feel for him that they've signed Isak, because every time I see Ekitike play, he looks fantastic. And it just makes the signing of Isak seem even more and more confusing, doesn't it? What can you do? I don't think any Liverpool players are pickable right now. Szoboszlai is going to start most games, but he is on 4 yellow cards, as I understand it. Yeah. So he's got another, 4 weeks to go without getting a booking. He's done it so far, but yeah. Crazy. I still think Van Dijk is okay in FPL. But we'll see. We'll see. Tom, thank you for the super chat, mate. If Salah is benched because of form, Van Dijk and Konate, I agree. That's fair enough. I mean, I think both Salah and Slot have had a part to play in this debacle. And I do think if you're a Van Dijk owner, across this season so far, you've been unlucky not to get a goal. I haven't seen every Liverpool game this season, but in pretty much every game, he gets a header from a set piece that I think he could score from. That's just something I've got to say. And also, he's still hitting DEFCONs. He's not terrible. It's just whether they can turn it around under Arne Slot, isn't it? Right, we'll just go back to my team quickly. So I'm just going to blow my nose and then we'll do the quiz. Oh, it's a good job I wasn't. I was on mute then because I sneezed. I was just asking if anyone wanted to do the quiz. Apologies for being on mute then. The first question of the quiz is, who is the top scoring player of Game Week 15 so far? And I'm going to sneeze now. Right, we're back. Quick subscriber check while we're in the middle of the quiz. Oh, 6 away, ladies and gentlemen. If there are 6 people out there who could hit subscribe, I'd be very grateful. Let's see the answers we're getting. A few shouts for, I don't know. A few shouts for Foden. Maguire from Ben. The answer is Dewsbury Hall. 16 points for Dewsbury Hall. He is the top scoring player in Game Week 15 so far. Fair play if you've got Dewsbury Hall, by the way. I bet you're buzzing. Next question. All these players, by the way, are relevant for Game Week 15. Who is that? Can anyone guess who this is? $19,997. We're closing in, lads. Let's see if we can do it on stream. The answer, a few people have got it. Ruben Diaz. Well done, everyone that said Ruben Diaz. It was Ruben Diaz. Keep score. Let us know what you get at the end of the quiz. Okay, this next question is going to require me to go on the FPL app. Which player had the most transfers in ahead of Game Week 15? We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. 20,000 YouTube subscribers. Thank you very much. There's 2 things I've got to share, isn't there? The answer is Foden, by the way, to the quiz question. 20,000 subs, ladies and gents. Thank you very much. Whatever happens this weekend in terms of FPL, it's a good one with that, isn't it? Thank you, everyone, for all of your support. I'm very grateful. Yeah, I'm real. I hope you're enjoying the content in return. That's all I can really say, because I'm very grateful for everyone's support. So yeah, Foden. We'll carry on with the quiz. We'll keep it serious and carry on with the quiz. Foden was the most transferred in player. I've just got to go through the questions, make sure. There we go. We'll carry on with the quiz. Who is that? I'm buzzing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Glenn. That's very kind. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that. Let's carry on with the quiz. Let's keep the quiz going. Let's see who people think this is. God, I'm buzzing at that. What a morning. Thanks, everyone. That's huge, isn't it? 20,000. There are some people in this chat that have genuinely been watching this channel since I had less than 100 subscribers. It's crazy. The answer, well done everyone that said Eki TK, because it is Eki TK. Buzzing Tom, thank you, mate. Final question then. Let's see if people have been observant. So I've obviously not had the best game week. I've also, no one's pointed out that I've got this red arrow, but it's pointing upwards rather than downwards. I've just realised that. But yeah, anyway, how many points have I got in Game Week 15 so far? I'll make sure my red arrow is pointing downwards from now on. The answer is, oh, that's Eki TK. 29 points. We're on 29 points so far. Well done, everyone who said 29. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's everything I wanted to go through. Quick little reaction to the game week so far. And 20,000 subscribers. I can't be too loud because it's early morning on a Sunday, so I don't want to scream and shout, but I would do if I could. Thank you, Tom. That's very kind of you, mate. I will buy a coffee in your honour after that super chat. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be working with you on the cartel as well. How do I like that? There we go. Thank you very much, mate. It's a pleasure. Yeah, what a day of sport we've got in store today, by the way. Do you think Norris wins the champion? I've no idea. I've no idea who could win it today. I'd probably say it's Norris or Verstappen, isn't it? But I've absolutely no idea who wins it. Not a clue. So Lando is from about 5 minutes away from where I grew up. So is Jensen Button, actually. It's mental. But I love an underdog. So I wouldn't hate it if Max won either, to be honest. Oh, Vincent, that's very kind. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, moves next week. I was thinking of doing this if my team works. So I've got Njai, who I want to get rid of. Let's just have a quick look at... I'll end with the moves that I'm doing next week, shall we? So this guy out. This guy out. This guy out. I don't have Shalabar. Who's in my team at the moment? Who's in my team at the moment? Oh, Chiao. That's who's in my team at the moment. I kind of wanted to get rid of him. But I was thinking, obviously, I need to get Foden in, right? So we'll buy Foden for Njai. I've got the money to do that. I'm probably going to drop to Gu up front. And then... is this a good idea? Drop Raya for David? Drop Raya for Sanchez from Chelsea. And then in midfield, we go for Rice. So those could be my transfers next week. And then obviously I could, if I wanted to, maybe bring in another defender as well. So I could, Rodon, Gahey, probably keep Gahey, but maybe Chow could go. Could get O'Reilly, to be fair. But I'm then at the mercy of Man City. I could get O'Reilly, couldn't I? It probably does make sense to get O'Reilly. As much as I hate it, it probably does make sense to get him. Yeah, I'm going to buy Foden, mate. He's just killing me. The only thing is, it's whether his purple patch is over as I buy him. That's my worry. But that's a pretty solid team, isn't it, for next week? That's a pretty solid team. Yeah, I got no Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is the only one who I'm missing. We'll see. We'll see. I think that just about wraps up the stream. We've covered pretty much everything, I think. And obviously, I just can't say how grateful I am for that 20k subs. What a day. See, I just keep bloody sneezing when I'm at this desk. I've cleaned it. I don't know what keeps making me sneeze. I've got to get to the bottom of it in this room. Because the rest of my flats, even when I'm in bed, it's fine. I don't know what's going on. Cheers, Ben. Well, I'm in it for the long run. I don't think I'll ever be stopping. I mean, we've done 1,000 videos on the channel now in a few seasons. So, yeah, love it. I think that is it. Once again, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for all your support on the channel. I'm very, very grateful. There's going to be, because there's Champions League next week, by the way, I'm doing all right in UCL Fantasy. There's going to be so much content coming on this channel over the next week. It's going to be mental. We're going to have UCL stuff. I don't have a PC. I've got a laptop. Might be the dusty laptop, to be fair. That's a good idea. I might have a go on that. Yeah, UCL Fantasy. I'll do an FPL video today. It's going to be huge. So you'll hopefully get good value for your subscription if you're new around here, or if you're not, you'll still get good value for it. And yeah, that'll do it, I think. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Leave a like rating on your way out. Thank you for 20,000 subscribers.